Today, for today's lesson, we're going to be creating a magazine cover and we're going to be reviewing a few things. We're going to be reviewing clipping mask, puppet warp, cropping, and the new thing we're going to be adding on is quick mask. So we're going to start out. I want you to take note. You have 3 layers here, but 2 of them are hidden. So we're going to start out on our layer 1, which is the guy. And we're going to, the name of this magazine is going to be digital, so we're going to grab our horizontal type tool over here. And we're going to, everybody's going to use black to begin with, so we're going to hit D to set our foreground and background color to default black and white. And it really doesn't matter which font you choose, just choose a nice bold font. And we're going to do all caps. So I picked Impact. And we're gonna do, oh, that's teeny tiny. So we're gonna bump the size up. It's gonna be all caps. So, and the name of the magazine is digital. So whatever font you choose, I'm just gonna, you want it to cover this top portion. It's gonna go over his head here. I'm going to make it a little bigger, so if you need to select, you can just double click on the layer thumbnail to select your font. And then you can do it through the drop down. I like to hover over top the TT and just kind of inch it smaller, larger, smaller right here. So I'm going to leave mine on 82, hit the check mark to commit, then I'm going to just center it over top of the dude. So right about like that. So again, this font that you use doesn't matter, just make sure it's in caps, make sure you like it. And then the next part, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the clipping mask. So you guys are pretty familiar with the clipping mask, or you should be. So we're gonna go up to the circuit board layer and we're gonna put the visibility on. And when you put the visibility on, it should expand and cover the whole entire word. You can shrink it down if you want to. You can do Command T and shrink it down so it is just over the word, like so. And then you're going to hit the check mark, and on the circuit board layer, you're going to do layer, create clipping mask, layer, create clipping mask. And there we go. So we've got that all pretty good. Now we're gonna merge these 2 layers together so that if we need to move the word digital, the circuit board cutout will go with it. So I'm gonna hold down Command or Control if you're on a PC, select both of those top layers, and then do Command E to merge. Now that we have those merged together, if I do need to move it, you can see we can pick it up and move it all together. Now, the next part that we're going to do, we are going to be, this is the new part, we're going to be learning how to use the quick mask. So we're going to be zooming in on the glasses because we're going to be changing the color of the glasses. So I'm going to use the shortcut Command plus or Control plus if you're on a PC to zoom in nice and close on the glasses. And then I'm going to make sure that I'm on the layer that has the guy in it. Now, this is slightly confusing when we first learn it, but the next couple of days we're going to be working more with it. So you'll pick it up in the next couple of days completely. So the quick mask is another great way to select things. It gives you a lot of control, and you can also control the transparency in different areas of the selection, which is the really great thing about it that we're going to play with tomorrow. But for today, we're just going to be changing the color of the glasses. So what we're going to do is we're going to right underneath the foreground and background colors, which right now should be set to your default black and white, there's this little box. If you hover over it, it will say Edit in Quick Mask Mode. So you're going to click on that, and then you're going to select your brush tool. Now you're going to want your brush to be pretty small. So I'm going to use it, I think, on 5 to begin with. So what you're going to notice when you enter quick mask mode, you will get an indicator that you are in quick mask mode because your layer will turn kind of like this shade of red right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin painting with black over top of my my glasses here. Oh, I'm on dissolve. I forgot I need to be on normal. Make sure this is set to normal. Oh, that's why it was looking all checkered. So make sure you're on normal. And when you begin to paint, your paint, though you are on black, which is right, it will look red. And this is correct because you are in quick mask mode. So I'm going to paint over top of the lens, or not the lens, but the glasses, the whole frame of the glasses. Now I'm even going to zoom in closer, and I'm going to use a smaller brush, and I'm going to even get in between these pieces of hair. So my brush is really small, it's on 4 pixels, and this will be very forgiving for the most part. I'm just going in between, trying to get all of it. Okay, so once you've gotten it, now I'm going to zoom back to regular view, which is Command 0. Now I'm going to I'm going to go back to the quick mask button, which is underneath the foreground and background button. I'm going to click on it again. When you click on it again, you will see that everything except the glasses are selected, which is the opposite of what we need. So, and you can tell that because you see the glasses selected, and then you can see the outline around the edge. So I want just the glasses selected, so I'm going to do select inverse. And now you can see the glasses are perfectly selected in the area that we painted over with the quick mask button. And now we're going to change the color. So we're going to do image adjustment, hue saturation. Hit the little colorize button, and then whatever color you want to change those glasses to, go for it. We'll do like a purple or a fuchsia. And then you're going to deselect, select, deselect, or Command or Control D. Okay, so that is our first little exposure to quick mask, which is a really cool way to select by painting. And next, now we're going to use Puppet Warp to bend his neck back a little bit. So we're going to, on the same layer that we're in, layer 1, we're going to do Edit, Puppet Warp, and you will see that the mesh grid goes over top of the guy. Now we're going to use the pins, and we're going to anchor down his shirt. So we're going to go click, click. You don't want to use too many. You want to make sure you have one right here at the nape of the neck, because that's where you're going to put his neck back. So I'm just going along the edge of the shirt, and that should be pretty good. Now if you have too many pins, you can just simply click on it and hit delete. If you select it and hit delete on your keyboard, it will disappear. But if you have it selected, and at this point we're gonna bend the neck back a little bit. So I'm gonna click on this pin at the nape of his neck, and I'm gonna hold down the Option key. If you're on a PC, it's Alt. When you hold down Option, you're going to get this circular dial around the pin, and the curved arrow, which will indicate that you can use it to, that you can rotate. So you're just going to bend his neck back a little bit like so, and then you're going to hit the check mark to commit your transformation. So now I'm seeing I need to grab the Move tool and move my digital over a little bit, center it, which you see that line down the center in hot pink. That is indicating that it is centered. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to turn the magazine background visibility on. So now everything is, we're ready to crop it. We're going to crop it to approximate size of a magazine cover by eyeballing it. So we're going to count down 5, grab the crop tool, and we're just going to pull those 2 sides in and center it. Okay, hit the check mark to commit. Okay, and there is our beginning of our magazine cover. So at this point, we're going to flatten it, layer, flatten image, and file, save as, and you can turn it in.